Most gardeners struggle to grow enough calories to matter. Potatoes promise abundance, yet demand constant digging, replanting, pest control, and perfect timing. But there is a forgotten food crop that quietly outperforms potatoes in yield, resilience, and long-term productivity. It can produce up to 400 pounds per year from a small patch, improves soil instead of depleting it, and comes back stronger every season with almost no care. Once you understand why this plant disappeared from modern gardens, you'll never look at food security the same way again. What this crop is and why it was forgotten. Jerusalem artichoke, also known as sunchoke, is not an artichoke and has nothing to do with Jerusalem. It is a sunflower relative that produces underground tubers packed with calories, minerals, and fiber. For centuries, it was a staple survival crop because it thrives where other crops fail. It fell out of favor not because it stopped producing, but because it produces too reliably for industrial farming systems that depend on annual inputs and control. This plant feeds people without feeding corporations. Why it outperforms potatoes every year. Potatoes require loose soil, careful hilling, regular pest management, and complete replanting each season. Jerusalem artichoke grows tall shades out. Weeds resist most pests, tolerates drought, and regrows from the same patch year after year. A mature stand can produce hundreds of pounds annually, once established with no digging, until harvest, and no replanting required. The more you leave it alone, the better it performs. So, how does it reach such extreme yields naturally? Well, Jerusalem artichoke sends its deep roots way down into the soil, tapping into minerals that most crops, honestly, never even reach. It stores energy in tubers late in the season after flowering, and, it converts sunlight into calories with just remarkable efficiency. Because it is perennial, it doesn't waste energy on restarting every single year. All the stored energy goes straight into yield. That's actually why yields increase over time instead of declining. And interestingly enough, it's also why the soil gets better instead of worse. Unlike potatoes, which can disturb the soil pretty heavily, Jerusalem artichoke actually builds structure. Its roots break up compacted ground, increase microbial activity, and add organic matter each season. Fallen leaves act as natural mulch. Soil becomes darker, looser, and more fertile the longer the patch remains undisturbed. Healthy soil is not maintained. It is created. Growing it in containers the no-dig way. Jerusalem artichoke thrives in large containers when space is limited. Use containers at least 10 gallons in size to allow full tuber development. A high-quality organic potting mix amended with compost or worm castings provides a strong foundation. Containers allow easy control of spread and make harvesting simple. This method turns balconies and patios into calorie-producing spaces. So, let's talk about what makes this plant, well, pretty much unstoppable. It thrives in full sun, though it can tolerate a bit of partial shade too. You'll notice it grows aggressively when temperatures are between 60 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And, honestly, it can even handle cold winters without any protection at all. The tubers, they overwinter safely right in the soil, and then, when conditions improve, they just re-sprout automatically. There are very few food crops that can tolerate such a wide range, Watering and feeding are almost effortless with this one. Jerusalem artichoke needs consistent moisture at first, during establishment. But once it's mature, it tolerates drought exceptionally well. Just water deeply, but not too often. Feeding? It's really minimal, hardly anything to worry about. Compost applied once at planting is usually enough for years. If soil biology is active, nutrients cycle naturally. This is food production without dependency. Thick mulch around plants retains moisture and suppresses weeds while feeding soil microbes. Straw, wood chips, or leaf litter work perfectly. As plants grow tall, their dense canopy shades out competing vegetation, eliminating most weed pressure entirely. Nature handles the labor for you. Plants can reach 8 to 10 feet tall and, may require staking in windy areas. Thick stems support heavy top growth and large underground yields. Once established, plants form a living wall that also acts as a windbreak and privacy screen. Productivity and function merge beautifully. Harvest after frost when energy has fully moved into the tubers. Dig only what you need and leave the rest in the ground. The remaining tubers, they regrow automatically, leading to an even greater yield the following year. This harvest as needed approach, it really transforms the garden into a living pantry. Food security, in this sense, means you never actually need storage. So, let's talk about why timing matters for flavor. Jerusalem artichokes, for example, taste their best after they've been exposed to the cold. When frost arrives, it converts the stored starches into sweeter compounds, which, in turn, improves both flavor and digestion. Harvesting too early, it reduces quality but not yield. A bit of patience here truly improves nutrition. Overharvesting, reduces long-term productivity. When all the tubers are removed, the plant is forced to restart rather than multiply. And, using too much fertilizer results in tall plants with smaller tubers. Poor drainage, on top of that, can cause the roots to rot. These mistakes, honestly, come from treating it like potatoes instead of respecting its perennial nature. It's best to grow it as it wants to grow. Jerusalem artichoke, interestingly enough, does not fit into neat rows, annual planting schedules, or chemical dependency. It spreads, persists, and continues to feed people without the need for ongoing purchases. That makes it invisible in mainstream gardening advice. Resilient systems are rarely promoted. It provides calories, minerals, and fiber with minimal effort. It improves soil, supports pollinators with its sunflower blooms, and produces reliably through unstable seasons. In a world of fragile supply chains, this plant delivers certainty. Once planted, it becomes part of the land. If this opened your eyes to what real food security looks like, subscribe to Nature's Blueprint and share this with someone who still believes potatoes are the best we can do.